Howdy guys, welcome back to No Man's Sky. Dad Guy here, and today I'm going to show you how to make over 20 million units in 4 minutes. Easily repeatable process, but you're going to need a few things, so let's jump right into it. You can't do this method in the portable refiner because you need to combine more than 2 elements together. So snag these up at the research station in the anomaly or complete the mission to get them. Alright, and the next 2 things you're going to need are oxygen and chlorine. Now you can buy oxygen at pretty much, I believe, every space station. So go ahead and buy up everything they've got in the terminal and check if they have chlorine. And this one does. Not every station does. In fact, it's fairly rare in my opinion. But if you come across some, you don't need much. Just, buy yourself 100 or so or whatever. You could buy 1 and duplicate it up continuously and have plenty of chlorine. But buy what you want. Snag that. Let's buy the 9. And then walk away. Now, you're going to need to install your refiners in a base or in your freighter. I choose my freighter just because it's kind of mobile and nice to have, but you can do whatever you want. Now, you will want to buy a little bit of extra oxygen. I just got 4,000, but if you're going to do this multiple times, you might as well buy up all that you can from these guys here at the station. So let's buy everything he's got, and let's buy everything this next guy has, and then we'll... Oh, not him. He's out of here, I guess. How about Captain Uet? Alright, let's buy from him and get every bit of oxygen he has to offer. There, that should be plenty to make a ton of money. If you're having a hard time finding chlorine at a space station, you can also find it mineable in underwater biomes, be it in pure chlorine form like this, or sometimes you can find salt, which you can refine into chlorine. Okay, we are back in our freighter. Let's go ahead and run on in here and I'll show you what I've got going on here. Now I have built 2 large refiners here and 3 medium refiners here because that's the max you can have in one area. But then you can go a little bit further away and build a whole new set of those. So I've got 10 total refiners that we are going to load up with chlorine and oxygen to get our little money-making scheme started. Alright, so I've already got oxygen loaded up, and I've split all of my chlorine in my inventory up into 10 stacks of just basically over 680, because that's the max chlorine to get a full... You'll see, when I put it in the refiner, it'll max out at 4095 that can be produced until you start over. And that'll give you 4095. Now watch. We'll hop in there, got my oxygen in, and we'll put in one of these stacks of chlorine. And you'll see that for every 1 chlorine, it produces 6. And it takes 2 oxygen. And that'll end up being your total stack of 4095. So let's begin that guy. And we'll go ahead and start over again here. We'll do the same thing. I've already got the oxygen in there. And we'll get started there. And we're going to just load all of these puppies up and get them going. Because I want to show you... That didn't look right. We do not have enough oxygen in here. So let's load up a little bit more oxygen. Pop that in there. There we go. Because we should be taking about 4-ish minutes to produce our 4095. So we'll just run along and do these. And then we're going to run over to our other side of the room and do those as well. Pop it in. Get it started. Now, at the end of this, we should have 10 refiners maxed out in about 4 minutes, which will give us 40,950 if I'm doing the math right there. Get this guy popped in there, and then we'll be on to our last refiner. and then we'll show you how much we've produced in just a few minutes of time. And the beauty of this process is you could start this all off with one chlorine. You pop one chlorine in here and some oxygen, and it'll start spitting it out, and you can just move it all the way over to here and keep the process running. The refiner won't even stop. So you can sit there and babysit this thing for a long time, but I don't really enjoy doing that. So anywho, I will cut to when these are finished, and we'll sell it and see what we make. Okay, now we are back. So let's start harvesting everything. And we're just going to put it straight into our inventory. And we're going to leave whatever remains in there, because we are just interested in how much did we make in 4 minutes of time. I don't know why all these are producing 4098 instead of 4095, but we don't care. There we go. Let's capture that. Capture this guy. Now, we are going to end up flying to the space station or teleporting there, either way. And we are going to sell to the ships that have docked there instead of... I ran out of oxygen on that one. Oh well. Let's see how much we made. Now, if we were to just sell it to this terminal here, we could make a fair amount of money. So let's go to sell. And then chlorine. So 22 million bucks. Now, the demand isn't that great here. But it doesn't really matter that much. What we don't want to do, though, is crash the economy. So it's better off if you sell to the ships in the system. And we could do that just straight here in our freighter if I didn't have, you know, the max amount of ships. I don't think any of them have landed in here. So we're just going to fly on over to the space station and sell to the guys there. Alright, now that we are here, let's go ahead and check out the trade terminal. We're not going to sell here, but we are interested in seeing what chlorine's going for. 0.4% positive, not too bad. Looks like we can make about 24 million bucks out of that 4 minutes of our time. Now, the reason we're not selling to the trade terminal is because we don't want to crash the economy here. Not that it really matters if you're not coming back, but if you are, you might as well sell to the ships because you won't crash the economy and it won't hurt anything. So let's go ahead and sell. And let's go ahead and sell all of our chlorine. Let's make our 24 million bucks. Bam! Now, that's awesome. If you're going to repeat the process and you don't have an oxygen farm, you might as well buy up all of the oxygen he's got, and that'll take you on for a lot longer period of time, and you can keep repeating this process over and over and over again. Just remember, don't sell all of your chlorine. Keep a little bit so that you can duplicate it again and again. Alright guys, that's it for the chlorine farming method. 24 million in 4 minutes. You can keep repeating this process over and over and over and never run out of chlorine. Just be sure to stock up on oxygen. And you can get that at an oxygen farm or just buying it at the space stations when you go to sell. Super easy method. If you know of a faster, better way to make money, leave a comment below. Consider liking and subscribing this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Dad Guy out. After an unsuccessful harvest, why did the farmer decide to try a career in music? Because he had a ton of sick beats. Yeah.